Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Okay, today is Friday, 15th of August, 2025. Here we are again with the dollar index. So far, we had a wonderful move yesterday with the news event yesterday as we were looking for, and I mentioned that if we could stay above the previous day's high, then chances are we're gonna go up. We did on the H1, we actually also did on the H4, which is a good sign. We have now pulled back into that order block again, so I'm gonna be expecting a move back up today or Monday, because they've left this candle as an inside candle so far. Hence, I'm expecting today or tomorrow to go up. Okay, so with that said, we have news event at 1:30 today, and I think it's the unemployment, it's the core retail sales, and then retail sales. We also have Trump speaking, which is very, very dangerous. So in case you have any trade idea going on, be careful, because Trump never makes the market quiet. He's always making the market dizzy. So if you have any trade idea on, be extremely careful, because Mr. Trump can disrupt the market. And furthermore, today is Friday, so it's not much to do. Euro, we got a big move to the downside from that fair value gap. I was looking forward for them to trade here, but it did not get there. So I want to see them come back down again. Right, I want to see them come back down again. So I'm seeing all this as a pullback and then a move back down again this New York session. I think there's quite some few news events. Two at 1:30. There's another two. There's another two at 3 p.m. and then there's the Trump speech, which, you know, he can say so many things and the market can go haywire. So be very, very careful if you are in the market. But yeah, Euro, I'm expecting lower prices. Yesterday I gave you the British pound to look to sell right here with your stop loss, and then move down to this candle's high. They did that nicely. Today, this afternoon, I'm expecting a move down from here. So selling short. First objective is that one, and then you can keep some of it for later. That's another area, fair value gap. The first one is here, the second one could be here. Again, depends on how we move down. Make sure that you protect yourself, okay? Because the news event can cause anything, and since you know price can do anything, we don't want to risk. So just make sure you have your you have a stop loss in place. Okay, if you have a stop loss in place, that's all that it takes. The rest, just let price do its thing. All right, so pound lower prices, euro lower prices, Dixie higher prices from 1:30 p.m. going. Now euro pound, we did eventually got to the target, which was this low, but that doesn't end there. I think we will continue going lower. Next downside objective will be this candle's high, which comes in at 0.85754. 0.85754. That's the next downside objective. So you're looking for a continuation to the downside. Okay, now if you can wait for Monday, that would be good, because today is Friday and they might cap the week. So make sure that you don't chase this pair. Wait for next week, and then they will form a high maybe between Monday, Tuesday, and then you sell again to continue going down. All right, so that is that for the pound, euro pound. I think it did very, very well this week, so we'll go again next week. Dollar yen, this also gave a nice move. I think yesterday we spoke about this candle, that the fact that we have this as an up candle is gonna move higher, and I gave you to trade to this candle's low, and it did that nicely, went way beyond that. So again, we are looking for probably a move back up again, but personally I will say be done with this pair for the week. Okay, don't look for a buy today. I don't know how Trump's speech is going to affect the market, so I don't know how it's going to affect the market, so I would suggest that you stay away from the dollar yen for today. Maybe going into next week, or how the week will close, will give us more idea. It will help us to have a good directional bias going into next week based on how this week is gonna close. So it's done. If you did get in, great. If you didn't, that's okay. We go again next week on this pair. Gold also did amazing. I think we spoke about price moving from this order block to attack this low here, and I think the trade was sell short here. Put your stop loss above, target this low. Okay, so we did get that, but like I said, I think we might continue going down, probably here, this candle's high, or 50% of the fair value gap. It looks like they've touched it. Yeah, they've touched it. So then the next level will be this candle's high, which comes in at 3315. Okay, so that will be the likely possible next target for gold market. So, and this is a nice bearish order block here. I like that, and then we've pulled back to it. So let's see this New York session. On the 1 hour, they've created this bearish order block here, but again, news event can be anything with partial below this low. Okay, news event can, you know, go up, take it out, and then reject. If it does that, great, you sell short again. If not, then just let it go. Crude oil, we had a big move yesterday during the New York session. We broke market structure over here, so I'm expecting them to go for the previous day's highs, especially these two. So it comes in at 64.44, these two, because today is Friday. I want to see them go for just that. All right, and we've pulled back into the breaker and rejected. So from where we are, I want to see price move higher, something like this, with your stop loss below the up candle or the down candle, targeting this equal high. We still have a small fair value gap here in case they come back there. I don't think they should, but in case they come back there, you're gonna look for a buy again to continue going higher. Okay, so that is that for the crude oil. Let's look at the ES. So I think I should have marked this gap, this first one here. I was aiming for the second one, this one right here. So yesterday we spoke about price coming to attack previous day's low, right? And then that will give a potential buy to go and attack this high. And the gap that I gave to look out for, I think there was two of them, and I failed to mark the first one. I focused on this one, and it failed to get there and then rejected. Upon rejection, price went straight to that level because price is bullish. So today, same thing. You're expecting a continuation to the upside, unless we lose this low here. So yesterday's low, if we lose that, then we put that upside to bed for now, and then we look at something else. But as long as that low is intact, you're expecting higher prices. And I think the level, okay, so the level is 65 6532. Okay, 6532 will be the next upside objective. So this New York section, you're looking for a buy on ES to go to 6532, unless something different comes in and it changes the narrative, which is if we go below this low. But if not, then expect a continuation to the upside. Okay, let's go over to AI and the rest cryptocurrencies. So yesterday was dramatic. We had a huge drop in Bitcoin. I was surprised. Again, not surprised, because you should be surprised by a price. It can do anything it wants. But this drop has made a huge change in the market direction. The fact that they've closed aggressive below the previous day's low after going above this high, it's a sign that they might be pulling back. Let me go to the H4. So measure the range, this low to this high. Okay, so we might be coming somewhere here or there for continuation to the upside. Okay, so yeah, patience. Now it's gonna be a little bit challenging for Bitcoin to continue going up, simply because the way it's closed yesterday, especially looking from the weekly perspective, if we don't close bullish for the week above previous week high, then there's going to be a problem. Okay, there's going to be a problem. But lucky enough, we still have today, tomorrow, and Sunday for the week to end. Hence, there's still more time for this weekly candle to still print. Hence, watch the daily and see if we can start claiming some of the gaps on the H4. So the first level will be here. Okay, if we can start climbing above that high, then there's a high probability we're gonna resume going up. But for now, the OTE level, that'll be the key level for an entry to take place, somewhere here. Okay, so yes, Bitcoin has really changed after yesterday's candle closure, and it has affected all the other Okay, now let's go and look at Ethereum. Ethereum also dropped, but not so much. So with Ethereum, I think this is just a reaccumulation. Expect a continuation to the upside on Ethereum. I think it's very close to the all-time high, and that is what gives a little bit of hope for Bitcoin, because Ethereum is still holding on to the bullishness. Okay, so maybe Ethereum might support the Bitcoin. That is my interpretation, because if they were all going to go down, Ethereum should have dropped significantly as well, and it didn't. Bitcoin made all-time high. That is why the drop is significant. It's just to scare off those that are coming new, because as it made all-time high, everybody and their grandmother will now talk about Bitcoin. So a lot of newbies will be flooding the market wanting to trade cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin. So it's not surprising that they've wiped a lot of people out of the market, but don't let that discourage you. I think it will continue going up. Okay, based on what I'm seeing on Ethereum it's likely going to continue going up. Solana is also the same. I think yesterday I was trying to give you this down candle to buy and continue going up, and it failed, but we still have a fair value gap and order block to hold on to. So watch the H4 for, I think we already have one, this one here. To continue going up. Okay, so Solana, we are still aiming for the 220.25 level. All right. Okay. XRP, big drop. Does that change the narrative? No, I don't think it changes the narrative. From the weekly perspective, it's understandable. We are still looking for higher prices for this month because we've dipped into the weekly fair value gap. So on the daily, this fair value gap is still holding. Okay, that fair value gap is still holding. I would just recommend wait for a H4 immediate close for a long. Wait for a H4 immediate close for a long. Do not buy as it is now because it's a little bit dangerous. So wait for H4 immediate close, and then you can look for a buy to continue going up on it, on Ripple. Hype did amazing. I think yesterday I gave you this all block to buy to go up here and then there, and so far that's the pair that has done incredibly well. It's not done. I think it's gonna continue. So if you got in, keep on to it. We're gonna get to our target today or tomorrow. And then AI16Z, this one, think this candle, right, that red candle, so powerful. I'm not surprised, but as it stands, maybe a move back below these lows, and potentially this one. That's the one that I think once they take it, then that's it. We're supposed to reject and go high again, because that's the lowest, not the lowest low, but a higher low. And I think all of that is happening. It's just a pullback. So watch this low, 0.1136. Watch that, because we might get a rejection from there, and then we start going up again. It's becoming like the average cryptocurrency, where it goes into a lot of consolidation. Initially it wasn't like that, it was just flying. Okay, but again, just patience, and once it starts flying, it's gonna be difficult for people to get in. So as it's cheap now, if you want to get in, you get in. I think we are at a level where buying is not a problem. It's not a bad thing right now. Okay, and then finally Chachki also dropped into that fair value gap we spoke about yesterday here. So that's where I'm expecting them to reject and go up. So far they've not given a down candle with immediate close yet, but they've given this up candle, so pay attention to that. If we trade through, we are bullish. So for now, that is your clue. If we trade through it, then you're looking for your longs. All right, so yeah, we are at the OTE area as I measured yesterday, so watch that up candle. Okay, so pretty much that's all. Over here I have the pound Aussie. We are almost there. That's the target that we were looking for. Yesterday got almost there and we rejected. Australian dollar, I think we spoke about this, that is also gonna go down. I'm expecting them to break this low today. is low, is equal low today. So this New York session, ultimately think price is gonna come here. That is where price is gonna go from where we are. That's the draw on liquidity. So you can add this to your collection of trade ideas to continue going down. Okay, so pound Aussie and the Australian dollar is a good pair to be watching. And then over here, of course, we are watching the dollar index for we are watching the dollar index for the news event in the next 3 minutes. Now, I have a feeling that they might do something dodgy. Not this news event, but after 3 p.m. After 3 p.m. they might do something dodgy. So be very careful. If possible, keep all your trade ideas, stop loss at break even. Keep your stop loss at break even, or take most of your profit. And yeah, to avoid Mr. Trump messing up your weekend. Okay, all right, we've got about 1 minute and 20 seconds. And as usual, I'm gonna mute myself for a few minutes after the news event. Then after the news event, I'll come back and then give my little piece. And then we'll continue next week Monday. So here we go, about 30 seconds, and then the news is out. So let's see what is gonna happen. All right, I'll be back after maybe a few minutes. Okay, so the news was not volatile enough. It kind of yes. If we can close above that gap, then chances are they're gonna send price up. It needs to go up anyway, but going above this gap will be very, very meaningful, if that's the word, because that will give more strength into pushing price higher. So watch that for the next 25 minutes. If they can go above it, then we are likely gonna resume going up. So that is the business on the dollar index. It's Friday, so I'm not expecting much. However, Mr. Trump can make so many noise, or so much noise, that it can move the market in a way that you probably might not have probably might not be expecting. Hence, just be very careful. Okay, it's Friday, don't push it, but watch the gap. If you close above it, then you can take a risk for higher prices on Dixie and lower prices on the foreign currencies, including gold. Okay, so that is all I have for you for today. Thank you very much. I will see you on Monday, same time, but as usual, the news about me not being around in September, it's a reminder. In September, I will be going on holidays from the 8th of September till end of the month, so I will not be here. Just a reminder, till end of the month. So we will resume on the 1st of October once I come back. So take note of it, because the day is fast approaching. Alright, okay, so that's all I have for you for today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Take care.